Alright, here we are back once more, about to head down. I just noticed we're at character level 6, dungeon level 4. Mind you, it's about to be dungeon level 5 in like 2 seconds, but still, we're doing alright. Not great, but we're doing sufficient. Alright, here we go. Dungeon level 5, we are now approximately 1/6 of the way down to Xaskazien. I say approximately, even though it's exactly, only because I don't know if we'll be taking detours along the way. Might be other layers, might be able to climb back up or something. And the odds of getting down there are still very slim. Okay, the decor has not changed. We are facing a knoll here. It's a standard goblinoid, but you can see it's pretty tough. We have roughly equal odds of hitting each other. It's going to average a little bit more damage to me than I do to it. But it can't take a lot of damage, so it's not that horrible of a thing to face. This is a lout, a drunken lout. I can kick its ass very simply. I should check out my pitchfork. Down to 18% condition. It is not faring very well. Thankfully, we still have that cleaver of hewing to fall back on. It would make hitting things very difficult, but when I did hit, man, would I kick some butt. I don't want to fight those guys right now. What is this? That is a active fumarole. I hope I'm saying that word right. I don't know how to pronounce that. Fumarole? Fumarole, I would say. Basically a geyser. Every turn, there's a 25% chance it toggles over to inactive status. If we watch it as we walk by, we will see that happen sooner or later. There's another one. There you go. This one's no longer active, which means I could walk over it as if it was empty space. But every turn, there's also a 25% chance it'll toggle back on, and if it toggled back on while I was standing on it, that would really hurt. So there's no reason to walk across that. It would just be stupid. Sometimes they block your way, though, and you have no choice. This is a mosaic. Standing adjacent to the mosaic gives you the option of examining it once with a random effect. It's another one of those. So if I'm standing here, I can look at it. If I do that, there is a chance I find gems. You gain gems just as if I had found them on the floor. 1 to 10 times the dungeon level. Remember, my gem cutting skill would actually raise the value of them, so that'd be worthwhile. There's a chance I get a pit map. All of the pit traps on the current map are revealed. That would be very useful. A trap map. All the booby traps are revealed. Or it's a cursed glyph. And my strength or dexterity or intelligence is lowered by 1 to 3 points, or nothing happens. That is worth the risk, especially now, before I start exploring too far. I'm going to examine it. This should have a picture of the mosaic in it. Oh, I understand why it doesn't, because I'm standing on the floor. But I'm going to examine it, and then we're going to talk about this thing we're looking at. It is a motherfrackin' curse. Actually, I noticed a slight error, and I'm going to point it out before I pause the video to fix it. What that error is, if you'd look and see when I got the curse, it glowed for a second. That glow is still with me. I just noticing that now I see a slight red glow coming off my body, and it shouldn't be. It's something I should fix. So I'm not even gonna leave the video. Actually, I'm just gonna press Q here to quit and save. Dumps me back out to here. Then I'm gonna reload that game exactly where I left off, and that glow is gone. This is great. I'm finding a lot of errors to fix. All right, grubbling. We've seen these. These are very, very weak monsters. But you see that blue crap swirling around? That's the spellcaster. In this case, the spellcasters come in 3 different forms. In this case, it's a grubbling shaman. And if you look and see what it says grubbling shaman can cast low-power defensive spells. So it only has access to the spells in this tier. It can't cast mid-power or high-power. And because it's a shaman, it will only cast defensive spells. It'll heal itself, it'll cast up shields to stop me from hitting it, but it won't actually throw like fireballs at me or anything, or flaming darts at me. That being said, if I get a chance to kill it, and it only has 2 health, but we want to make sure we kill it fast, because it'll just heal itself if we don't. Unlike you, spellcasting monsters do not have spell points. Basically, they just have a random chance to cast a spell each turn, or very low, like 1 in 6 or something like that. And if you damage their intelligence, or if they get diseases like Red Stain Fugue, their chance to cast spells diminishes. I did 1 damage, I'm going to do another one before it healed itself. So now it's back up to 2. I'm sure I can do 2 damage at once. Come on, there we go, it's dead. And spellcasters always drop an item too, and the item they drop is always pertinent to their class. And, they'll drop something spellcasty. In this case, it dropped a blink wand, and that could be very, very useful, so I'm definitely going to pick that up. And I saw the word annoyance again, so if we look and see, yep. Persons are now annoyed too. They're all getting a +5, including this lout. But what are we going to drop to get that thing? You know what? I'm going to drop the Wand of Light Healing. It's not doing me any good. It's taking up an inventory slot. I'm going to replace it with this Blink Wand. And that lout is dead. The blink wand, if you look and see, oh, it charges 6, so it's all the way full. All wands only take up 1 space. Staves take up 2, rods take up 3 inventory spaces. This wand, whenever I use it, if it works, remember I have a 50-50 chance because of my wand lore, it'll transport me to a random empty space on the current map. So it's a way to make a quick getaway. If something is chasing me and I'm gonna get eaten, I can wave that wand and hope for the best. For that matter, if I find myself suddenly standing in the middle of lava or something, it can be a way to get out of there quick. I'm not gonna risk walking on that geyser area. Jesus, I need some health. I can't afford this stuff right now. Hey, my little cat's mewing at me. Hey, Kiri. An unknown potion. I'm not even going to risk it yet. I may soon, but not yet. Let's remember that's on that body. It's kind of obscured by the body, so I don't want to forget that the potion is there. I'm going to turn up the volume just a tiny bit in the game, because I can barely hear it. Hopefully it's not drowning me out at this point. I won't find out until I review the video later. And if it is, I'll turn it back down for the next playthrough. The last few videos when I watched them seemed like my voice was quite overpowering to the music and sound effects. We can probably risk this. There's a lot of objects here. It's probably, I can see a forge here. Sometimes you get areas that are, they're rooms. They're classified as rooms, and they have a theme or a decor. Given the forge here, and given all this standing next to an armament locker, I'm going to venture a guess that this is an armory of some sort. A lot of these are probably weapons and armor, but I bet you a couple of them are traps. Is there any other option? Just to get, I want to get my health up before I start messing around with that crap. Because all it would take is one single booby trap to really wreck my day. On that note, I am going to blast this guy into oblivion. I can't afford to risk it. There we go, he's dead. Hit him for 5 with my flaming darts, and then I hit him for 2 with my pitchfork, which is going to break at any second. Alright, we're almost up a level. Here's a salamander. That's a pretty weak creature. As you can see, it's got a 10% chance to hit me. I got 54% chance to hit it. I'm not going to... Oh, son of a bitch. I can't hit it with a flaming dart because you'll see it has resistance 100% to fire. There we go, it's dead. I am going to heal myself a bit, though. I don't like it when it's pulsing like this. It makes me nervous. There we go. Got myself out of the worst case scenario there. You'll see over here this dead body. That was a potion merchant. A guy walking around selling potions, just like our weapon merchant we met before. Obviously, a monster got to him first and killed him off. Here's another theme room. Clearly, we're in some sort of winery or, storehouse for alcohol. Again, I bet you one of those has meat in it, and that would heal the hell out of me, but I bet you one of them has grog, too, and that would, do some serious damage to me. Grog hurts, although it gives you experience. If you're man enough to drink it, you get experience, but it hurts you. What do I want to do here? There could be a pit trap laying around here too. I mean, for all I know, I don't know if I want to just wander around. Maybe I will start drinking some of this stuff up and hope for the best. Before I do that, I'm going to start casting off some spells, because one of these might have wine in it, and I can start getting spell points back anyway. This way, if it is grog or something, I don't think it would kill me anyway, but it would hurt. So let's just heal ourselves up a bit. There we go. 31 out of 40. I'm doing fine. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to risk this stuff right now. I don't need to. I may have to soon. I can get around that right there, can't I? Oops. Alright. I might, I think I'm going to risk start picking these things up now, because if they're a trap, they're probably not going to do enough damage to kill me. It could. There are even traps that can just instantly kill you. For the record, while we're on that topic, there is a skill that is pretty important called death cheating. Death cheating, if you level it up, can prevent you from being killed by instant kill effects. Like a basilisk snare, which is the worst case scenario for a trap you can hit. Basilisk snare, if I hit it, it gives me a chance to avoid the effects with my intelligence. My intelligence is pretty good for a starting character, but it's not great. If you don't avoid the effects, you look at the basilisk snare and you turn to stone and you just die. But if you had death cheating, if you had that leveled up, there'd be a chance you'd then avoid those effects or any other instant kill effect. So pretty soon, actually, I gotta start concentrating on getting that up too, because there are monsters that can cause effects like that later on too. Alright, screw it. Let's see what happens. It is a booby trap, unfortunately. It is a pendulum blade trap, which all it does is it creates a pendulum blade, exactly like that one we saw a moment ago. I don't remember where we saw it. That's how short my memory is in real life. We saw that like 2 seconds ago, didn't we? Was that even this map? I thought I was hearing one. Alright. Pendulum blade, if you look and see what it says, when I'm on it, it gives you a % chance equal to your dexterity or 90, whichever is lower, of avoiding 3 to 15 damage. The only reason I have such a high chance to avoid it at 48 is because my dexterity is reasonably high. Slightly lower now that I looked at that mosaic and got cursed. But my odds of dodging it are 48%. And the reason for that is it's a slow blade. The speed of the blade affects your chances. The fact that it's a dull blade means it only does 3 to 15. If it was a sharp blade, or it's even a normal blade, it would do even more. Alright. That was unfortunate, but at the end of the world, it didn't actually hit me. Unfortunately, it does block my exit if I want to get out of here without hitting one of these things. Another frackin' booby trap. In this case, a stench cloud trap. And as you see, all of this area filled in with stench cloud. Stench cloud, if you look at it, entering the square gives you a 50% chance of becoming nauseous for 60 turns. While you're nauseous, you can't fight, and you can't cast spells. We're nauseous, that's what this little icon indicates. So, for the next 60 turns, if I meet a monster, I can't swing at it, and I can't cast a spell at it. So I really do not want to meet monsters right now. I'm going to open this locker. Armament locker. Oh, there's a falcon inside, that's useful as hell. And a gold inlaid blackjack of backtracking. Let's see what these things are. The Falx I know for sure I'm almost certainly going to want. I'm not dropping that blink wand. I am dropping the hide helm. Unfortunately. Oh, incidentally, I was talking about basilisk snares. My feathered hat would also, my trap spotting hat would also give me a 25% chance of not triggering the basilisk snare to begin with, so there'd be that chance to avoid it too. Let's look and see what these are. The Falx is actually an upgraded version of my pitchfork. It's a light polearm, just like the pitchfork. It needs 30 strength to use instead of 10. But instead of having plus 6 to hit, it has plus 11 to hit. And it actually it's capable of doing twice as much damage as my pitchfork. Given my pitchfork is in such crappy condition, I'm actually going to drop it. And instead pick up the Falx. Which I will immediately equip. And you'll see I now have a higher base attack and higher base damage. I'm also going to pick up that other weapon, though. I didn't even look at what it was. A gold inlaid blackjack of backtracking. Sweet. It's a blunt, light weapon. Has a -9 to hit. Does 3 to 6 damage, so it has a higher minimum damage than that Falx I just picked up, but only the same maximum damage. It's in better condition. Its abilities, though, there's a 1% chance every time that I kill a monster with it, as long as it's equipped and I kill a monster, there's a 1% chance that the stairs in the level, wherever they are, turns into a ladder. A ladder would lead you back up to the previous level, so instead of going down, it would give me an opportunity to go back up, which can be a great thing. Its other ability, though, is the fact that it's gold inlaid. It can be sold for 10 times its normal value to a smuggler, so it's a very valuable weapon. I may not use it at all. I may just keep its condition up so I can sell it if I meet a smuggler. There's a lot of other stuff here. Let's see what else we got. A feverish hatchet of impediment. A lot of good stuff here. Let's see what that is. You can see by its funky colors that it's all manner of enchanted. Feverish hatchet of impediment. -15 to hit, just like that hatchet we saw way back when. Does 1 to 12 damage. That's pretty sweet. We may even have that hatchet. Oh, we have a cleaver. That's right. In very good condition, near perfect, and it has 2 effects. The first one is there's a 7% chance every time I hit an enemy that enemy catches tsunami fever. Tsunami fever is a disease that if I catch it, it halves my dexterity. If they catch it, it halves their attack value. So that's a damned good effect. It would make them have a really difficult time hitting me. 7% of the time if I hit them, they're going to have a really rough time hitting me for the rest of the game, until they're dead. And also, every time I hit it, the enemy is slowed slightly. So if I met one of those fast monsters and I hit it even once, instead of being fast, it would now be average speed. If I hit it again, it would be down to slow speed. Hit it again, it would go down even slower than that. So damned good weapon. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take that instead of this. No, instead of the cleaver. I want that blackjack back. No, I don't. I do want to do it the way I just did it. Alright, what else we got? I'll probably drop one of these in a second anyway. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to pick up the rest of these for a minute, because we saw earlier, one of the traps he sprung was a summoning trap, and if we summoned something right now, I'm just going to stand here and pass my turn until I'm not nauseous anymore. If we summon something right now, we wouldn't even be able to fight it. So I'm just going to stand here for a second. Get less sick to my stomach, and then I'll start picking crap up again. A booby trap. Sleeping gas. You can do nothing for 30 turns. I'm asleep. You can tell that by this little Z's going here. And if you point over here, you'll see what that does. This icon indicates that your character is asleep. While asleep, you will be unable to move from your current square, fight, cast spells, or do anything apart from pass your turn. For the next 30 turns, all I can do is pass my turn. Even if a monster comes up and starts hacking on me, all I can do is lay there and take it. So let's hope nothing approaches me for the next 30 turns. I don't hear anything. I don't think. There we go, I'm awake again. Ah, wooden buckler. That's better than my tortoise shell. I'm probably gonna, let's see how good the condition the buckler's in. Wooden buckler, oh, it's nearly broken. 3%, I'm not going to pick it up. It has a base defense of 9, though, versus my tortoise shell, which is a base defense of 6, so it's a little better. But I'm not going to pick it up in that condition. Hide armor, that is better than my cloth armor, I think. Base defense of 16, in decent shape, versus my cloth armor, which is in poor shape and only has defense of 10. So we're dropping that cloth. Picking up the hide armor. Requires strength 30, so I'm going to have to get my strength up soon, or anything else I find I'm not going to be able to really utilize. There we go, we have a little bit better defense now. Another wooden buckler. How's this one doing? 98%. Yes, we're going to take that and substitute for our tortoise shell. This armory is a godsend. A steel buckler, even better than my wooden buckler. Unfortunately, it requires 50 strength to use, and my strength is only 30 right now. So it'll be a couple levels before I can even use it, and I'm not going to drop something just to pick it up. This thing gives me 9 defense. The steel gives me what? The steel buckler would give me 15 defense. That's pretty good. I'm not going to take it yet. If I get up a level quickly, maybe I'll start raising my strength and come back and grab it. A booby trap. In this case, an acid flood. And as you can see, it turned all these squares around me that were already empty squares into acid. The stuff that's not empty squares doesn't get converted. I have to click OK, and then I'll show you what this stuff does. Jesus. Whoops. Acid. Acid is a really crappy thing to be standing in, as you can imagine. It works like water, for one thing. Your swimming skill dictates whether or not you get shunted to one side. So if I stayed in the acid, I'm going to get out right now. But if I had stayed in it, there's a chance I could drift, just like in water. And my swimming skill, believe it or not, is what you're actually swimming in acid right now. So your swimming skill is what allows you to not drift. You won't drown in acid, but your swimming skill no longer comes into effect when it comes to calculating the damage you take. You automatically take damage because this stuff is burning you. In this case, it does 1 to 5 damage. There's also a 10% chance every turn that I'm in the acid that either 1 or 2 of my objects that are in my inventory will just melt and be destroyed. So that's a huge threat from acid. We want to get out of this immediately. And even though that means stepping back into the stench cloud, that is a far worse fate than standing in acid. Do I dare pick up another one? Yes. A throwing knife. I don't think I'm going to take it, but let's take a look at it. Here you see one of those distance strike weapons. This is a missile weapon. So if I was to equip this, it only does 1 to 4 damage. But there is a 33% chance every time I'm in combat that the enemy will not get to attack me back because I keep throwing this knife at it from a distance. The drawback to using missile weapons is that you don't get a strength bonus with them. So that little bit of extra, I have a 10% chance to do an extra 1 to 3 damage. I wouldn't get that if I was using the throwing knife. I'm not going to use it anyway, though, because I like my other enchanted weapons. A hatchet, we've already got an enchanted version of that. We're not going to pick that one up. We do not want to pick up the objects. This kind of sucked. Another booby trap. In this case, a small blade trap. It does 8 damage to me. Again, kind of sucks. I'm not going to get that forge either now, because it's blocked off by the acid. A small axe. Let's take a look at it, but I'm probably not going to take it. It has a minus 18 to hit, but does 1 to 15 damage. Pretty good. It's still a light axe. It would require 40 strength to use. And a last trap, a bramble trap, but we disarmed it before it could go off. A bramble trap would have surrounded me on all sides with bramble. I'm going to use... Do I need to use a forge yet? Maybe not. Let's see if we can find a way out of here that doesn't involve going through that pendulum blade or crossing acid. Sweet. I mentioned altars earlier. Altars are just like shrines. They have a 90% chance they do a good effect to you, a 10% chance they do a bad one if you use it, if you pray at it. Your piety skill could change that to a 95% chance good, 5% bad if you got it up to expert. In this case, if you pray and are successful, you get healed all the way back up to your maximum health, which would be a really good effect. On the other hand, there's that 10% chance that you get cursed, and if you get cursed at an altar, you're dead. Straight up dead. The only thing that would save you is death cheating skill, which I don't have. I'm untrained in death cheating, so if I prayed at that, 90% chance I go back to 40 health, 10% chance my game is over. I'm not going to do it just yet. Although I do have to pass through that frackin' pendulum blade, and if it hurts me, I'm going to wish that I had done it. Alright. Well, I'm going to go use this thing because I'm not going to be coming back this way. You can see a bit of a slowdown there. Did you notice that? How when I'm standing over... Let's say no just a minute to show you what I was talking about. Maybe you can see it. Maybe not. I thought I noticed a slowdown in the pendulum blade swinging when I came up here and got into all the light. I think I do. That's where if I turned off the lighting effect by pressing L... I can't see in the dark. I actually have my lights off in my room and I cannot see where the letter L is on my keyboard. I thought I was pressing it. JKL. Oh, it's because of that was open in that dialogue. L. Yeah, we turn off the lighting effects. This area stops glowing, but it does speed back up. Nonetheless, it's not slow enough that I'm going to bother with that right now. Alright, let's use the forge. Let's fix something of great value to us, and that is this hat, I think. The hide armor's in good shape. I think the hat... Nope, doesn't matter. Alright. I am going to use this now. If this kills me off, I'm sorry that our tour together is over. There's only a 10% chance of that, but I have a bad feeling. Come on, baby. Oh, we're fine. Awesome. Healed all the way back up to the top. Okay, I've got to go past this pendulum blade, or else I've got to swim through the acid, and I don't want to do that, so... This is the way. Did we find the stairs already, by the way? Yes. Both the stairs and the temple are on the other side. That's good to know, because it could have been down here, and I would have had to go across the acid again to get there. This could hurt. It did. 14 bloody damage. Jesus. Alright, do we have anything in our... Let's grab this gold. 30 gold. Again, we can only pick... We could theoretically find up to 50 gold now every time we find gold. But because of our stupid low strength, we can't carry it anyway, so we're not going to find more than 30. I'm going to grab this. That's one of the reasons you might want to get your strength up. Another reason. And that's the reason why it's a game of balancing stuff. You can say, well, I'm playing a mage, I'm just going to pump my intelligence and health up, and, you know, maybe that'll work for you, but, then again, maybe it won't. Grab it. Uncooked rabbit. Nope. No cooking fires. I haven't seen one of those in a while, eh? Alright, I am going to actually start sampling some of this stuff because there could be a barrel here filled with something that would be really useful to me. Let's see what this is. Yeah, that's not bad. A wine barrel again. So our spell points go up. We're dizzy again, but screw it. This gives me a chance to heal myself. Just like we did before. I'm just going to keep healing myself for the time being. I can't drink from it again because we're too dizzy. So stand here till this wears down, or maybe I'll just go back and forth here to wear it down. For God's sakes. How long does this take to... There it is. Alright, drink from it again. Ah, not even enough to cast a spell. Alright. There we can cast it quite a bit, I think. Wow, that was a doozy. Alright, heal. And heal. We can't get any more healed. Now, there could be stuff in here that could still help us. There's stuff in there, like I said, that grog, if I could find it, would give me experience points at the cost of hurting me. And I could probably go over and start using the wine barrel again to heal back up. But I'm not going to do that right now. A, because it would bore you to sit there and watch me drink for a half hour. And B, because I just don't feel like it. And there could be other problems. I mean, who knows what the hell's in those barrels. I am going to cast, though, Water Walking right now. Because it's the one spell I can cast that actually has a lasting effect. Oh no, so does Envenom. both of those, so I am going to go drink a little bit more to get enough spell points that I can cast both those. That's not quite enough. We need 60 spell points to cast both those before we leave this level. There we have enough. I'm going to get rid of my weakness or dizziness first, though. Go away. Okay, I'm going to stand right beside this thing. I'm going to cast, I think, first Water Walking, because it only lasts 30 turns. And there it is cast. You see the little symbol down here where we can check and see how long the spell's going to last. We're also going to cast Envenom, though. Oh, do I have enough? Yes, more than enough. Oh, I cast the same damn spell twice, so that doesn't matter. I have enough. It doesn't compound, it just puts you back up to the top level of how long it'll last. You don't get a double effect because you cast it twice. Alright, we're ready to go, and there's the little symbol for the fact that I'm envenomed. Let's head down and probably try and hit a monster as fast as we can while we're still envenomed. As you see, my spell points are all the way back up to normal. But I can hit these guys now and potentially kill them. Now we see a couple of things we don't know about here. Let's look at this, another shrine. A shrine to a goddess named Femorius, the goddess of protection. If I pray there, there's a 90% chance my defense gets raised by 90 points for 120 turns. That's awesome. But a 10% chance I take 15 to 45 electrical damage, which could kill me outright. Still, that's a good thing to have right now. I'm going to go over there in a second and grab it. This is a mine track. Now there are mine carts will run along the mine track. They move just like, they're still turn-based. They're not going to come shooting out in real time. But you'll see them moving along. If you're standing on a mine track, or for that matter, if a monster is standing on a mine track and gets hit by a mine cart, you're going to take a lot of damage. You get run over by it. But if you're not standing in front of it, you're standing off to the side of it, say it moves to here and it's standing there, I can try to hop in, and depending on how fast it's going and how high my dexterity is, there's a chance I'll actually get in the cart. Once I'm in the cart, I could pass my turn, and I get carried along with it, and it'll eventually leave the map somewhere. And if I'm still in the cart when it leaves the map, I get taken to another new map at the same dungeon level, as if I'd gone through a tunnel. But that new map will be a mine, a gold mine or a gem mine, filled with all kinds of gold and gems, both embedded in the walls and laying around on the floor. So it can be a really wealthy place to go. And definitely, if I looks like I'm going to be able to get in that minecart, I will probably try and get my mining skill up. Although I need my memory skill up, don't I still? For now, let's see if Femorius will help us out, or if she's going to be a bitch and just kill us. She helped me. So as you saw, the mage armor spell got cast. If I point here, it tells you what it does. Extra 90 defense for 120 turns. We also know there's a chance every time we hit this guy that we're going to poison him. We didn't that time. But he still got hurt. As you see, these Hulks do not have rocks in their hands. They're just Hulks. They don't have the distance strike ability. But they still get the ability where if they hit me once, they get a chance to hit me again. There, he's poisoned. As you can see, I can't point at it. If you look at his little picture in the bottom right corner there, you'll see a poison symbol on him that shows he's poisoned. If I walk away from him, unless the I killed him anyway by my hand. He followed me. Oh well. I'm up a level. Let's, I don't need to raise the strength anymore because I left that shield behind. It could be good to raise my strength in case there is a gold mine up there. I could get more gold, but I don't think I want to right now. I think I really need to get my health up because pretty soon I got to get that traveling skill up. I'm tired of leaving everything behind. And for now, death cheating might be a way to go. That's right, we need memory. Before I frackin' forget, memory. So now I'm allowed to carry 13 spells. I can carry 6 more spells than I could if we can encounter any. Some more gems. Useful. Normally it would give me 2 to 120 gems. Actually, that's exactly what it'll give me. Normally it'd give me 1 to 60, but because of my gem cutting ability, it gives me 2 to 120. 56, not bad. Some sort of object there. But while we are still envenomed and still, that's weak monster, and still have our mage armor, I want to walk around quickly. Uncooked mutton, we know what that does. Here you see another locked container, a desk. But the desk is locked, and because I don't have lockpicking skill, there's literally no way for me to unlock it. If I had an unlock spell, I could stand beside it and try that, but I don't. Another one of these automated armorers, I could feed my equipment into it and see if it mangles it or fixes it, but I don't need to right now. Here's a coffin. Provides me the option of opening it. If I do, it contains 1 to 10 times the dung level worth of gold or gems, just like finding gold or gems on the ground. Or else, if it doesn't have that, it has a trinket of some value in it. However, there's a 20% chance that I spring a booby trap, and a 25% chance that it's got some sort of undead monster in it. The undead monster inside it, if there is one, is determined completely randomly. So it could be a really low-level undead monster, or it could be, you know, a gigantic, horrible undead monster. I'm going to open it right now, and the only reason I'm opening it now is because my mage armor is still up, so if there is a horrible monster inside it and it springs out at me, at least hopefully it won't hit me right now and I can run away from it. Yes, I want to open it. Found gold inside and nothing else. Okay, so we got some gold out of it. Tomb robbing. Here's another damsel or a succubus. Let's hope it's a damsel. Nope, it's a succubus. It's dead. My envenom spell has worn off. The kobolds. Nice weak monster still. That's good. Not going to see them much longer. Alright, we're getting lucky with the low-level monsters on this level, at least. A lot better than the last level, that's for sure. I'm going to cross the railroad track, or the mine track. Haven't seen that cart yet. If I had the volume turned up, I might be able to hear it coming. I don't hear it. Ah, lava. I don't need to cross this, I don't think. Again, as you can see, it slows. The game has slowed down just a little bit. If you watch the animation of my character there versus the animation of my character there, you see it slowed down. Smoke surrounding the lava. Lava, again, like water. You fall in it, your swimming skill is what determines whether or not you get shunted to one side. But whether you can swim or not, you're going to get burned. In this case, for 1 to 9 damage. The lava gets hotter the deeper you go. Lava is also more common the deeper you go. Unlike water or... Oops, there's that minecart. If I just pass my turn, you'll see it flying past me there. Actually, I want to see how fast it's moving, though. It is a slow-moving minecart, so my odds of getting on top of it are exactly equal to my dexterity, 48%. I probably will try to jump it before I leave. If I fail, though, every time I try and fail, I take 2 to 12 damage, because I'm still getting hit by a fast-moving, well, I guess a slow-moving metal cart. Where is the temple? We found that? Not yet, eh? Have we? There's a chance it's way up beyond that lava. That would suck. But there's also a chance it's over here. I hear a monster. A wyvern, darn it. And a giant bat. Giant bat, as you see, yeah, a 5% chance it can cause fragilitis. It's dead, though. 21% chance that... Oh, here's a lout that got ran over by the mine cart. I got plenty of spell points. What do I care if it poisons me? I'll just unpoison myself. Screw you, wyvern. Ha ha ha. Damn it. The temple could be beyond that locked door. I hope not. Here's a pit trap. The first one we found. As you see, it looked like open space, but I step on it and boom, I fell down this pit. In this case, a wide, shallow open pit now. Because I stepped on it, it remains an open pit. Wide, again, means it's harder to jump across, so my odds of leaping across it remain 10% with my strength of 30. But the damage if I fall into a shallow pit is not as bad as if I fell into a normal pit, so it's only 6 points of damage if I fall in there. Maybe it should say 1 to 6. Is that actually... No, I guess that's accurate. Alright, a book cabinet. And we encountered an armament locker a couple of times. We encountered an apothecary cabinet. A book cabinet is exactly the same thing. It could be empty. It could contain scrolls, spell books, or tomes. A 10% chance it's trapped. It also could be locked, but it's not. It's empty. Boo. Deposit our gold, deposit our gems. A warrior. Pretty basic person-type monster. As you can see, the little graphic in the bottom right corner means they are annoyed with me. The interesting thing about warriors is warriors and mages, enemy warriors and enemy mages, the deeper you encounter them, the higher their health is. That's not true for any other monsters. Other monsters just have a set type of health. This is an interesting shrine. A Tegravani shrine lets you invoke Tegravan, the Renewer, who's a trollish god, for the record. 90% chance I regenerate 1 to 6 health every turn for the next 30 turns, but a 10% chance my health gets halved. Not my max health, but my current health. I think I'm going to go pray at it before I fight this warrior. I'm going to let the warrior get right next to me before I step on the shrine to maximize the amount of time I'll be renewing my health while fighting him. Yeah, I got regeneration. And again, little graphic down here shows you. Regen. I get 1 to 6 health every turn. If you watch my health, it's at 46. Now it's at 51. There's all the way back to maximum. And if he does hit me right now, it's just going to keep renewing. So I can probably fight him without too many worries for the moment. If you watch my health, it just keeps coming back. Sucker. Matter of fact, screw him. I'm taking off my armor. Let him hit me. I don't care. For the time being, I'm just going to keep getting my health back anyway. And this way my armor is not getting damaged during the combat. Now I'm going to put it back on. Alright. Well, here's what's on the other side of the lava. Alright, we're almost out of here. There's another book cabinet, but unfortunately this one is locked. I can't get in it without an unlock spell or lockpicking ability. Another pool. I don't want to dive in it right now. I don't want to catch a disease. There are some objects lying around, but again, I'm going to pick up the loose gold first. Run it over to the temple. One fracking gold piece. Are you kidding me? What's down here? Nothing. Any other gold laying around? Yeah, some way over there. I got to be a little bit careful. I can't just click over there because I could end up in front of the minecart if I'm not careful. So I move to the edge of it, check. There's no minecart around me. I can just run across it. Run over there and get the gold. Run. No, I want to use the forge while I'm here. Just in case I hit a trap that knocks me down a level, I want a chance to use it. What is the most damaged piece of equipment I have? My falx. Nah, I broke the damn forge. I suck at that. I'm actually tempted. I'm just going to take the papers right now. A high power scroll. I'm not going to take it right now. What's this one? Oh, Jesus. I think I'm dead. Am I dead? I think that's the end of the game. Booby trap. You're not strong enough to stop the spiked lowering ceiling, which does 46 points of damage. I'm pretty sure that just killed me. Am I wrong? Do I still have some health left? I am wrong. How many health do I have left? 6 health. Oh, I had 52. Fine. I'm still in the damn game, however, barely. Can I cast any spells? Yes. I'm going to heal myself up at least a little bit. Actually, I'm going to heal myself up a lot. How are we doing now? 18. I'm going to use all my damned health. All my healing spells. Because I do intend to pick up some more of this stuff, and I don't want to spring another trap that hurts me. 46 damage. That sucked. Alright, run to the edge of the thing. I don't see a mine cart. Run up to the temple. We're getting closer to being up a level. A small health potion, that helps. I'm not going to use it right now, but I am going to ditch that moonshine in favor of the small health potion. I really need to get my traveling skill up. I hate dropping everything. A staff of undead destruction for a necromancer. That's pretty cool. Let's take a look at that. Now, as I said, staves always take 2 inventory slots, so I'd actually have to drop quite a bit to carry it. It has 4 charges in it, but every time I meet an undead monster, I'm 70 if I use it, and if it functions. Remember, I only have a 50% chance to make the staff function because of my wand lore skill. If it functions, it has then a 75% chance it instantly kills any undead monster I'm fighting. It doesn't matter what it is. It also listed a bunch of undead monsters it kills textually. Another example of work I have to do on this game. There are a lot more undead monsters in the game now than just those listed. That's what was in the game at the time I made the staff. I just haven't updated the information yet. Well, now, I'm not going to carry it. The only reason I'm not going to carry it is because we already know we have 200 defense versus undead, and I don't want to drop 2 items to try and carry that that staff. And undead aren't as big a threat to us as they are other characters, so I'm not going to carry it for now. An apple. It heals 1 to 3 health and gives me 3 to 18 spell points. I'm going to pick it up right now and use it. It's not worth carrying. It's not worth dropping an item to actually carry it around. But I might as well use it rather than let it rot on the floor. 2 health, 14 spell points. Yes, I want my jet necklace back. Now, as we progress here, we're going to find, if we find trinkets, they'll be much more valuable than the ones we were finding earlier on. The jet necklace is almost not worth carrying anymore. 65 experience points, which would have been a hell of a great thing on the first level, is just not worth as much as it was to me now, because I need so much more experience to go up a level. I'm going to check out these last couple of objects over here, I think. A booby trap, a twister trap. Twister traps randomly scatter some of the objects in your inventory. In this case, I was actually kind of lucky. It only took 2. Let's look and see what's missing. Looks like my armor. It blew my armor off, and my damned hat. Now, those things are not gone. They're just laying around somewhere. They look like backpacks like this. So I'm going to go see if any of these are them. I forget what those... No, it's the high-powered scroll. Uncooked mutton. Where the hell did my armor and my hat end up? Wait till that thing goes by. Now I can go by it. There's my feathered hat of trap spotting. Thank you. Let's put that back on. Where's my damned hide armor? Maybe there? Yep. Alright, so we got our stuff back. Let's go check out this object. Magic jewelry. You have found a death-proof amulet, but your inventory is full. Let's take a look at that. Wow, that is a damned good magic item that I'm not going to pass up. We haven't actually seen... We have literally not seen a piece of magic jewelry before this point in the game, nor what is defined as a magic item, even though we found magical items. We've not found what is called a magic item yet. In this case, it is a high-power magic amulet. Now, jewelry... You can find trinkets that are jewelry. You can find a gold ring, say, that you can sell to a smuggler. But true magic jewelry comes in only two forms, rings and amulets. You're allowed to wear up to 2 rings. You got to equip them, just like weapons and armor. You're allowed to wear 1 amulet. This particular amulet is really powerful. 75% chance to avoid insta-death effects. That is huge in this game. That's the equivalent of having expert death cheating skill. The thing is, in order to actually use it, you need the general skill, magic item use, cranked up to expert level to use a high-power magic item. Like spells, they come in low power, mid power, high power. Magic item use is what you need to use jewelry like that, or to use a classic magic item. That means I do have to drop something. In this case, I'm dropping the crappy little jet necklace in exchange for the utterly awesome magic amulet of death proofing, which I cannot use as of yet. It sits in my inventory. If I try to click it on, it won't let me do it. It just makes that noise. But we know what we're going to be concentrating on for the next little while. We got to get our health up so we can get both our traveling skill up, but we also need to get our magic item use skill up so we can get that equipped as soon as possible, so that if we do hit something like a basilisk snare, we're not out of the game. What is left? A couple of items down here. Let's go see what they are. Run me down to here, run across to here, check both ways before crossing the tracks. Just like real life. Unknown potion. I'm not going to mess with it right now. And this one. A blade trap kit. Worth looking at, but I'm not going to take it. Trap kits you can find laying around, and they let you set traps that monsters can then spring. There is a rogue skill called trap setting that determines how good you are at it. I have untrained trap setting, which means if I actually picked up that trap and tried to set it, there's a 50% chance I would actually set it and it would work. There's a 50% chance I would spring it on myself and get hurt. In this particular case, too, it tells you what type of trap it is. In this case, it's a blade trap. If I did set it in that square, that square would become a friendly trap. That if a monster stepped on it, it would take 5 to 18 physical damage, and then the trap would disappear. Trap kits can only be used a certain number of times. In this case, it only has 1 use, but sometimes you can find them with 3 or 4 or 5 uses. My guy doesn't want to mess with traps, though. He's not skilled in that department in any way. I think the last... Do I hear somebody yelling help? Did I just make that up? I actually live in a very crappy neighborhood, so beyond the fact that I thought I heard a damsel yelling for help, it's probably worth cocking an ear to find out if a neighbor needs help. I think I imagined it. The last thing I'm going to do before I leave this level is I'm going to pry the eyes out of this thing. The amount of gems you get is equal to 10 times the dungeon level, so I get 60, but because of my gem cutting skill, I would actually get 120, I think. Yep, 120 gems. That is worth it. And nothing happened. No traps. It didn't come to life this time. I think I'm going to keep that with me for the moment. Only because, for all I know, there's a merchant waiting on the very next level. Whoops. For me to buy stuff from. And if there is, I might want the money. I'm not going to jump in the pool again. If I was diseased, I might risk jumping in the pool because it could cure me, but I'm not. It is tempting. I'm going to do it. The only reason is because I don't want to end up down there and unable to find the temple and really needing that experience to get my health back up. Alright, we're ready to leave this level. We only have 14 spell points, nothing we can use them on. We're going to head down the stairs, and as soon as I reach the other side, we are calling it quits. Here we go. See you later if I can find the damn stop button.